something to aim for. Now, I'm not expecting you to go out there and basically do this next week. But you must make a start somewhere. And from that start, things will gather pace and things will gather pace. Now, the biggest mistake that I see, well, there's several mistakes that people make. One is that they don't make a start. I don't care where the start is. I honestly don't care. And I think that's a real problem for most people. Remember that there's a 5-stage process. So it's new information. So it's new information relative to the outcome that you want. Step one. Step one is new information relative to the outcome that you want. So pursue it with a passion. New information relative, not just new information, not just shiny toys, not just bright objects or anything like that. New information relative to the outcome that you want. And then there is application. So you now have to take that information and apply it. You buy a book relative to the outcome you want, you apply something in the book. You do a course relative to the outcome you want, then you apply something that's, you've learnt in the course or whatever. You buy videos, same deal. Now, if you do step 1 and step 2, you automatically get step 3, which is a result. Now, personally, I don't care what the result is. All I want is a result. All I want is a result. As soon as I got a result, now I can do something. But I can't do anything unless you get a result. Now, if you're like most people, you will get a result that you weren't expecting, or you weren't anticipating, or you're anticipating a better result. That's because your feedback criteria is locked in the past. And if you don't get the result, in other words, you don't get it perfect first go, you're going to get a result that suggests that you've failed. No result can ever suggest that you've failed. No result. No result can ever suggest, because you have to have succeeded at something in order to get a result. Does that make sense? So how could it possibly be failure? Now, I know that's conventional wisdom, I know that's consumption code, but not in our code. Not in our code, because we're going for results and we just want more results and more results and more results and more results. That's why you have to have a feedback mechanism that references the outcome that you want, not a feedback mechanism that keeps referencing the past. And right now, you've got to figure out where your feedback mechanism is, and I can guarantee it's still referencing the past. Is that okay? So once we've got a result, now we can decide well, how are we going to interpret this result? Through what criteria are we going to use to interpret the result? How are we going to analyze the result? How are we going to learn from the result? Well, that's why you need a new feedback system. You need new feedback that references the outcome that you want. So we've got a new feedback mechanism in place. Why? Because you've actually done the work and you've put it there. And if you haven't done it, guess what's there? Your default, subconscious, automatic, habitual one. And if you're interpreting through that one, it says that that's failure. And that's only because the meaning that you're using is referencing something out there. But you can't get it perfect. You can't, you think about it, anything new. A baby falls down because they want to learn to walk. They fall down so that they're failing. We don't do that, do we? But we do it as adults. Now, if we've got a new feedback criteria, then really, it can only tell us to do a couple of things, really. really. I mean, there's not that many possible things you can do. So if we want to improve on the results, there's only really 2 bits of information that our new feedback mechanism can tell us. And we can probably split hairs, but really there's only 2 things. It says, do I need to make an adjustment somewhere? So do I need to make an adjustment to my marketing? Do I need to make an adjustment to my technique? Do I need to make an adjustment to my system? Do I need to make an adjustment to my thinking? Do I need to make an adjustment to the information that I've been gathering in? Do I need to make an adjustment to my reference group? Do I need to make an adjustment? Do I need to make an adjustment? Do I need to make an adjustment? That's all it can say. Can't it? Or it says, hey, great, you got a result. Now just keep going. Keep practicing. So it can either say, keep cycling through, or make an adjustment to somewhere that's either here or there. That's really all it can say. And so now your job is just to cycle through those processes over and over again. And that's called mastery and skill development. But where most people break down is if they go there, then they don't take the next step because they're fearful that it might be wrong or imperfect or anything like that, or failure. So they don't do it, so they never get to there. So you've got to think your way through that thing. And the more you cycle through, then the more you can actually learn, grow, expand. And 2 or 3 or 4 years down the track, So to generate lucrative income streams, there are a number of things that you need to get in place first. And one of those things is to think about the